it would appear these two chrome spheres, balls, are identical, which that would be an illusion, because this one is just a steel ball, and this one is a neodymium magnet. And, you know, I can prove it. The bolt does nothing to that one, but it sticks to that one. But they relatively look identical, if you can see them. They don't look that much different. But my point on this is, according to my theory, this one we know is not magnetized. It's a steel ball because it sticks to the magnet, and the bolt won't stick to it. But there's a static charge. It's going into this ball all the way around it and terminating at the core, feeding those atoms their strong force at a certain speed, a certain power for what it needs to do at that short distance from the outside to the center. This one, the gravity has been forced to go through it from the south to the north. It's moving in one direction to feed all those atoms. It's a farther distance than that one from anywhere around the outside to the center. This is twice the distance, so it has to accelerate. That's what makes a magnet happen. Well, what this little demonstration analogy I want to show is how you can look at a magnet like gravity, just like here on Earth. We're all used to hills, uphill, downhill, flat plains. So I'm going to kind of use that as an analogy to show you the difference between something that's magnetized and something that's not, but how magnetism kind of, another way to look at it to prove how you can look at my theory with another analogy to look at it from a different view to maybe open some more minds up to what I'm trying to say. And we'll move on to a little demonstration. Okay, what I have here is just a board with a couple other boards nailed to it. I've made a track. I don't know if you can see it. You can look down along there, and it's a little track for the balls to roll along. And this is just a little piece of foam to catch the ball as I do different demonstrations. But we're all used to being on Earth, and when you're on a flat plane, on a bicycle, in a car, when you're walking, you know, you just go, and when, you know, the energy comes, you just stop. You come to a stop, and that's it. No matter which direction you go, it just goes so far, and then you stop and you stay there. But we've also, all of us have experienced, when you're on a place and all of a sudden you go downhill, it just pulls you along, and you kind of have to lean back perpendicular to actual flat ground to keep from falling forward. And the same is true when you're going uphill. You're fighting gravity. It wants to bring you back, right? We all know this. I'm just trying to use this as a demonstration here in a moment. So we know that. So when a magnet makes an electric current, if you saw my other video, the south just drags the current with it as it goes by a copper coil. And what I want to explain is on the south side of a magnet, think of it as downhill. The whole magnet on the south side is gravity going one way, downhill. Going into the magnet, gravity is assisting it going into the magnet. That is south. Now on the north, what I showed on my video about flyback, proving gravity is magnetism, the reason you get the flyback is because the north side of the magnet is always going uphill into gravity, like this. And gravity pushes it back, see? And that's why you get flyback on a magnet that makes an electric current on the north side. Because it's going into gravity, and gravity pulls it back. But when you're on the south side, it just assists it. It's all in the middle of the magnet where the south comes in, the north goes out. That's the south going in, and this is the north trying to get out. It can only go so far, and it's peeled back around to the south because of the static charge or gravity. So that was the point of this little demonstration, is to think of a magnet. The south side is downhill. Gravity's working with it, just like this. It's working with it. The north side of a magnet, the reason you get the flyback when it goes by a copper coil and it pushes the current into the coil, well, the coil gets pushed backwards. It goes backwards through the coil to the direction that the magnet on the north side passed it. The south side, the current goes with the direction of rotation of the magnet past the coil. The north side, it always goes backwards. That's why it's working against gravity, and gravity takes it back. So this little demonstration analogy was to try and open some eyes that that's why the north side of a magnet making the electric current with a copper coil gets flyback. And that's how all flyback works. It's going against gravity. Thanks.